Liberation movement or liberation greetings to all and sundry, my dear people of Amazonia. Today is Thursday, and this Thursday is the 13th of July, and the year is 2023. My people of Amazonia, I am very delighted to be here today so that we have a moment, another very great moment of sharing, another very great moment of communion, so that we are able to come up with very brilliant strategies to, take our freedom quest forward. And so, therefore, today's broadcast, um, I mean, of course, as I always say, is live, and I'm going to be taking questions. I'm going to open the lines at some point in this broadcast, and I will be taking questions and I'll be taking contributions. I'll let people come in and share ideas on exactly how we want to see our liberation movement, re-strategized, how we need to see change to come into this liberation movement, and how we need to take it back, from the doldrums that we have witnessed at some point. But my people, one thing must be clear. Truth must be told. La République du Cameroon remains very terrified. La République du Cameroon remains very frightened and worried. And that is why they have upped their killing machine. Because as much as possible, they want to terrorize and frighten the people, especially in the hinterlands, so that the people should begin to tell themselves that no, truly, we have lost. And so, yeah, my people, I want to make them very clear for you. Say, whether the enemy, La République du Cameroon, the open ones them, the hidden ones them, the ones where the day inside will meet, whether they pretend for they would we, but with the day against we, whether they like it or not, we will attain this very important objective. We must be independent. This one, now by fire, by force, we go be independent. And by fire, by power, by force, it means it will get for be very, very strategic going forward. It means say we get for make sure say we bring back all those people the way they be done vex, backslide for this struggle. I want to really congratulate each and every one of you, because the feedback what I don't get for this broadcast this far be very, very important. The feedback what I get from the information what I shared a few days ago be extremely great. I don't get calls from Asia. I don't get calls from Europe, both Eastern and Western Europe. I don't get calls from almost every part of North America. I don't get calls from ground one, ground two. I don't get calls from ground zero. Everybody be fired up again. People they say this one that the spirit will need for go back to. That spirit for understand say this liberation movement not be any single person, not be any single group, their property. And say we must work together, all we must continue for find every approach for make sure so send La République du Cameroon out of our territory. My people, if you take a look at the thing that they happen on the ground right now, they will make you understand, say, as a matter of fact, La République du Cameroon knows say the only way we defeat our doing now for dangle marriage for front. Now for instill fear, panic, confusion for people in their minds, and for plant doubt for inside our minds. They don't almost succeed. Almost. For plant doubt for our minds to the point where we start doubt whether it be possible for we forget that freedom, or whether it makes sense for we for continue for fight. One of the things we don't happen, I don't talk for you always, say the enemy will they up against. Now an enemy will not the number one champion in the whole world in divide and rule. So they go do everything for divide we as much as possible, because they know say the only way they will succeed against we now for divide. And now why that way they do everything, they work overtime for make sure say we will not ever agree. When they say at every given moment we will start come together, they see we will do some short thing together. They see the world start to say, oh, those people can work together. Like people go use the internal agents inside the struggle for put a wedge among we. The very next thing we hear again, oh master and man, say we work again, they work together, small time, bam, they say, oh, fight don't be. You don't chakara no, wait will be the expect. That is exactly what the Republic of Cameroon is doing. Oh man, imagine the momentum we will carry and bring them from Canada. Well, like people be expect for this to go operate in disparate ranks, but unfortunately for them, we operate like one bunch. So they will be so mesmerized, so embarrassed with what they see will achieve as a result for that table. They say, if we continue for this negotiation table, we are finished. So they therefore go back, go now try for revise their notes again in divide and rule. For see exactly the I's and the T's where they not be done dot them and they not be done cut them for make sure say make confusion they it will meet. Now why that way overnight you see every person will organize their own conference. Overnight you see every person will go for any side me to I don't become a leader get my own group. We see that every person come up from every side now me I be this now me I be that. We don't hear all kind strange stories surrounding that particular Canada. But I know saying that because a void day, that void be created because as a responsible set of people who want to try for play according to the norms of international engagements. But like people don't care. They're not for playing dirty. So they go try for push people. I'm always say, me una can't talk, una must come. Whole press conference, explain. We need for hear every nitty gritty. Because like people can know say, now they approach that way, they make we would run into difficulties. So therefore, my people, anytime we see like people Cameroon they up that ante, no say as a matter of fact, now because we do very well. Make I acknowledge my brother Johnny Botti. Johnny Botti, greetings for you. Now you don't leave the curtain raiser today for being the first person on the chat. Yeah. Good to see you, Johnny Botti. As you come onto this broadcast, share the link as much as possible. I like me we engage. I like me we exchange. Today, I want to get the opportunity for, every person for ask his own question so that make together we brainstorm as we move towards this measure approach for revamp fundraising. Because nothing be done where we no get the funds. For finance to people that for ground where they sacrifice with all their might for say make we get this freedom. So we must make that effort. And so therefore, my people, I see you there about 70 of we, no problem. Make we start first somewhere before I'll come open the lines. I be talked the other day. Say I get a massive tale for talk for you about what will happen for Kejom Keku. But I be announced at the same time. Say that story go be now when I go deal with Comrade Alem for the set. And so deep inside this Ndungame will they on right now, so we'll be able for understand when Comrade Alem they come on set with me and exactly we would get into that conversation. They will go ask all kinds the lines that will still be open. Because anytime I bring any of the actors for here, we can talk about the need for we to embrace this massive fundraiser through the dark platform, the lines will be open. So that make people they ask questions, ask all kinds of questions. But now, before one move further, I like more listen. Because I don't talk, say, you see the title of this this outing. I say, Towncriers are back. Internal detractors go one notch up as mobilization for fundraiser begins. You see, some people they don't they quiet, they sleep them. They know the care, say what he said they happen, they sleep. Then suddenly, they don't hear say, as Mba Kurodoka say, make we use the listening platform, make we use the dark platform. Some kind of mobilization don't start there very seriously. They say no, we get to do everything for set confusion. We get to do everything for scatter. Because if we leave this one work, means say this so it don't bat for we side. As I talk, so the town criers a day up. So just before one can start this broadcast, I get this audio. And I go share this audio. I will play this audio, go listen, and we'll talk about this audio. Because now the kiting in this way, they don't hold we down. Now the kind attitudes and this, the kind people and this, the kind actors them, where they inside the liberation movement, they claim, say they fight with we for the freedom of Amazonia. Now the kind people they don't hold we down for 6 going to 7 years, will not make as much progress as we get the potential for make. Don't get me wrong, we don't make plenty progress, but we'll get a huge potential for do better than we do now. But because of people that like these ones, listen to this woman very carefully here. The level of pretense, first of all, for a voice and the attitude, it will embarrass you, but listen.
John Bakuru. John Bakuru. John Akuru. How many times me, Omali, I don't call you? 3 times.
Okay, she said her name now Omali. I don't know if any person from Amazonia ever see the face for this so-called Omali. But this woman, they work overtime for create confusion, for foster the division, for set disorder anytime when any constructive things start happen. I sure say, and I hope say, this Omali go come up from the whole way they can show his face, make all man see if he be genuine. Omali, if you be genuine, ready, because your time don't come now. Therefore, can show your face. Tell Southern Cameroonians what you did do for this struggle and what to be your contribution for this struggle. No continue for hide behind keyboard. Maybe we listen to the so-called Omali.
I don't hear your video and I don't see it. Your video for 22 minutes, 54 seconds. I don't hear you and I don't see you. But I just pity una style because una they waka round and round and round. Una they go round and round and round the world in 40 days. Then una go come back, una come they talk like people they're serious. John Bakuru. I'm glad as you make mention say anybody we think say if he destroy the struggle, no go unpunished. They're very happy. See, that means una they put curses for ourselves. All this thing way, una know how much una don't kill our civilian population, our innocent fighters, just because they stand firm for free homeland. Una don't plot them up, they don't die.
So you see, make we no fine. Say, when they talk, say some people that belong to the platform for my country people then, we of course all we know say a sponsored platform by the government of La République du Cameroon, by the colonial administration of La République du Cameroon, for try for use them, for brainwash the people them, for create confusion, and for make sure say they destroy will resolve, for stand firm. Some people they check say all the people they work under my country people them, they must be for a platform. No. So one them they don't infiltrate with various platforms. They don't infiltrate with various groups, movements, and organizations. One of them, this Omari, what are this other now Omali or Omari of a lady. This one, now one of the kingpins for inside the my country people them kingdom. One of the kingpins. Because go back for all your audios anytime. You go only hear now conspiracy theory upon conspiracy theory. I recall sometimes say they don't carry chop will be poisoned for go share and for refugees for Nigeria. And at the end, he go claim. Say he belonged to one of the groups and to this movement with all his might, with all his soul, with all his body. But this one, now one of the serpents, one of the snakes, the way they inside this liberation movement for create all the confusion imaginable. He no go ever do video because you no need for see his face. Because you see his face, you go recognize it. Because you pretend he be Nigerian. Now why they go try for use the Igbo accent. Then somewhere along the line, or the Nigerian accent, somewhere along the line, he go forget himself, pronounce something for we understand. Say no, this one not be Nigerian. This type, like the most vicious ones, because they attract with confidence. They make our society will go get to a point where we almost believe in them. They make our get to a point where we almost call them comrade. But whereas They on a clear-cut mission. Listen again.
Una don't plot all kind plotting for people. People don't lose their lives. Una come again, una go sit down for una useless platforms. Una they try to do like say, una they do propaganda. At the end of the day, una go beg money. Thank God say nobody they even listen to una. No, thank God for that one. Say una we don't distinguish yourself since.
She did thank God. Say nobody did even listen to we. Comrade Wanky, greetings. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Share the link. As when I come and share the link. More wake up others and make a comment because we get very important conversation. This one, which they call them, you know, when we used to watch movies, we Small Kingdom. We always watch those sequences where adverts, when advertorials would say, oh, now supporting. They're not supporting that way they do them. So this one are just supporting, okay? Before we get into the vive of the matter. As you talk, Comrade Johnny Botti, listen. When you don't hear a language, as you say you talk. You see where he say, I did just pity una side. Clear. I did just pity una side. You say don't decipher him. Means he no dey we side. He get the own side different from we side. He no get nothing in common with we, but he dey among we. For the simple objective, say, he gave for make sure say make we side be pitiable. Listen to he say they didn't even listen to we against them. So why you worry about John Bakuro and others and we no man need even listen to? Why they bone you? Why you go come out talk when you be sure already say they didn't listen to we? Just we could continue.
When I don't distinguish on ourselves since as far as Ambazonia it be concerned. If una know very well, say no matter what una fit do or what una don't do, what una be don't do, or what una go do, nobody go fit destroy the struggle. Then why una be hypocrites? Why una be hypocrites?
So if we know, say whether go up, come down, not to know destroy the struggle, why we be hypocrites? We be hypocrites because we can mobilize people then. Say make the race for because we find alternatives for overcome the challenges we face and for this struggle. Now why that would be hypocrites? Because if you don't use that word, if you don't call it hypocrites, because the sole objective for this woman, now say make her attack the messenger. Because when I attack the messenger, it will get an impact on the message. It's that simple. Because you don't certainly get the momentum, you don't get the echoes. They don't listen, they don't see how places they shake, how calls they come from all sides, how people they call among themselves and say, that is what we will do now. We say that is the way to go. Say we'll get for you that for make sure say we'll provide the resources for change the face of the struggle. Oh yes, because calls they go around. I don't get calls from all kinds of angles. So the message don't reach them. So when I sleep, that thing will be take so don't kill them, so he never die. The way when you want take for hook up now, it go reach that level where we no go fit stand am. So now why that way say, Omali, come out quick. If you sleep, we don't die. Go attack the messenger. Maybe we'll listen again to Omali. Now phone, because some of these kind of people who get for to take them one by one, make the people they know exactly who them be. Anytime when you hear for this voice Omali, now only this kind of thing that you go hear. Oh, they're on fire now, yes. They're absolutely on fire. Listen to it. Sometimes it funny me and make them fun.
The reason why you now, you don't come so you open your mouth, you call the name of ARFs. Your own ARF now where? Where is your ARF? Or where are your ARFs? Where then they? Hey! God. This kind of thing we wanna feel say we're going to do.
So you hear that big question. Where your own ARF? Where them they? Or where your own ARF them? I don't talk earlier. Say that the spirit this way it destroy this liberation movement. Because according to his cerebellum, the only way, according to I don't know whether I get water inside her day. According to this lady, every single person for Ambazonia, they forget the own ARFs. They forget the own self-defense volunteers. If you don't get your own self-defense volunteers, no talk. No contribute, no do anything. Get your own self-defense volunteers. So that on the ground, they all will personal self-defense volunteers, they will spend time, they fight each other for positioning. So that may like Republic du Cameroon just sit by there, they watch. Wait until we finish destroy ourselves. Listen, I want to tell this Omari or one Omali, this town crier. I want to tell this town crier, this Anzufuguman. I need to tell him, Anzufuguman, a bloodthirsty monster. I want to tell this Anzufuguman, say they don't toy with this struggle enough. And now the owners, they don't come back in quest for their struggle. Enough is enough. This rubbish don't end since yesterday. Play extra time. If you play a lot of extra time, it will not change jack. We don't go past this trash. The self-defense volunteers for Ambazonia, they don't belong for any individual, for any group. These boys, when they recommend, they sacrifice their lives. No group abroad, no leader, nobody, no own any of them. Most of them never meet them in person. Because they come out, they hear the clarion call. They come out for fight for the flag. Today, say where your own ARF them. No. We go pull together resources, we go make sure say every person, every actor for this struggle, when they do anything on the ground for change the mark for this struggle, go be attained. When I be here about the launch of my trip to Boya, that time I be still in Nigeria. Oh yes, although they be going to find me for Kenya because we successfully give their decoy. So I don't want to go Kenya after the capture Sisiku Ayuktabe and Pata sang them. I be called and I talk say this one is a good initiative. But for make this initiative make it succeed, make sure say this money as they raise them for address all the groups the way they did on the ground. Forget about the infight. You say this one they fight now under that, but that one they fight. All we fight now for Ambazonia. If you take that approach, people they will see the need for pull together. Hell no. We will need for use that one instead. Now for try for attack some other groups and for try for buy fighters from some other groups and for solidify ourselves so that we will become King Kongs. It failed. But for life, sometimes you go fail a number of times before you succeed. So that one they behind me. Behind, I talked the other day. Who eyes are for front, they don't know for we back head. But we hear this one again because this kind of people, this slide them, these telltales, like this woman, this one, it fall among that group of people where Jonathan Swift, one of the characters of Jonathan Swift book Gulliver's Travel, on the trip to Brobdingnac, we talk say it be fuzzy for describe man. It's a man. It's from the pernicious race of most little odious vermin that nature ever suffered to crawl on the surface of the earth. Now, because of people that like Omali, wicked-minded people, where according to them, we only get to make sure say we sit in total inactivity, make we brothers them, we don't get to for sacrifice, for change the mat, make them die on the ground needlessly. Make we civilians that they be burnt in their homes needlessly. Now, why I called this Omali earlier, saying na Anzufuguman, bloodthirsty. Listen to you again.
Do propaganda. You they talk, nobody could go free. Nobody will stand against the struggle. And you are against the struggle. Are you there against the struggle? You're there against the genuine initiative of the struggle.
You don't hear? John Baakuro, you talk so say any man will stand against the struggle, will do anything against the struggle, you know, see good he go pay. And when you there against the struggle, no, I'm not there against the struggle. It become clearer now. Again against the genuine initiative. Genuine, me go follow, he go land. We go know where he go.
You are actually against the genuine initiative of the struggle. Yet, you just come for public, you just talk rubbish. Mm-hmm. This money where you talk, say, may they contribute, and may you take and do it. The one where una they kidnap people for Balinyonga. Una they do kidnapping. The tax collector. Una the tax collection.
So now you hear. I want me to contribute money, me they can do weighty. You hear fine? They no need for contribute money. So that make La Republic get a giant strike for crush territory as they like. I don't tell you earlier. This was my concern. You worry. He hated. Now say, we'll be about to start contribute money again seriously. We'll be about to start put together the resources we will need them for prosecute this liberation movement. Now hear that. He say, when I don't kidnap for Bali. Me? I'll be involved. Maybe he get story for talk for different person, but he go lump all this one now on me, call me all kinds of adjectives because say he need for attack the messenger. He need for put anything together. Una kidnap for Bali, una kidnap for this, una kidnap for that. Go on, mama. May they hear you fine. They must hear you.
We una they collect taxes for our innocent civilians. Maybe they give una money for tax. Oh God. Oh. John Bakuru. What you don't do all that money?
My brother Wanky shake no do.
What you don't do all that money?
Say John Bakuru, what you don't do all that money? John Bakuru, what you don't do all that money? Since when? The pre-camp. Well, the raise funds were put at my disposal. Now people this way time where Buko talk say, make we go Washington DC. Go give Paul Biya the shame of shames. That become Washington. We will confuse the head so he go disgrace himself again massively for stage for Washington DC. This very Omari and others a common talk say make no man no go march to Washington DC. They say no. Need no day for the go demonstrate. Move forget about demonstration. No be demonstration go bring me freedom. Why? Because this same Omari and others they don't sit with their civilian cabal. They say make they do everything for make sure say if one get any demonstration for they make it be an insult. Make crowd they don't know they and make they even discourage the idea completely because they know I'm bring shame upon Paul Biya. Because it not be conceivable. See any person who eat day inside this liberation movement, you call yourself genuine. Say Paul Biya go there Washington DC. They don't say make we not go out there for go expose the evil man, the demon, the bloodthirsty monster will he be. Then you tell me so you get inside this struggle. Oh yes, but that is Omari. They sent old Jose out that time. That be the raise funds specifically for hire that LED truck. They call people, they say me, they no contribute. Unfortunately for them, people they contribute enough so they will be hire that LED truck. Balance there, I come announce them. Omari here, that thing I take money do. You don't hear fine? They begin to do everything for make sure say make demonstration not be but it be there. The demonstration take place and it was successful. Instead for bury their head in shame, the start claim say been at 30 people. But with cameras, video, they plenty with the show. With even bars, need to leave the least opportunity where they fit for humiliate Paul Biya wherever I go. How much more of we? I like me who open your brains. Open your brains and reason. Because things that happen, people that talk things, people that take positions. We need to take time for reason and for us. I say, but in normal, would you listen? Now the same Omari them. They woke up, claim for Ojo them, call people there from Minnesota, threaten them. No go show your face for them. If you go for them, you know so vice president there for here. If you go for them, they will talk say, oh, they don't challenge who lead that. They don't no go, they no pass. If you see your face, oh yeah, plenty people they call me. Say I need to come because this is knowledge for them away. They even the poison people. So that they do waste somebody they take picture for empty or show say, they all empty. Listen, I don't come this platform. I support every single initiative where it shows us some money do something for some side where we go help this struggle move forward. Go for my video. Month after month. I did just hear someone that I never even meet the people. But when I say this one that we go forward, I the promote them. If I hear somebody that they raise funds for some side for use them for this struggle, whether I be involved or not, I go promote them. But if you see people who fight against an initiative, we go benefit ground zero. That person fight against an initiative. We go humiliate and expose Paul Biya. That person still there this struggle. My brother, leave him. About Daniel, I acknowledge you. Shake no day. Whether they like or not, we go attain that objective. Omari, whether on Allah you become now Omari area.
They talk as well when military one come and meet only 750 granite way in fighters they get them. The money one they collect taxes when I take and do it. What one they take other money do? John Bakuru.
Where who did they collect taxes? Wrong audience. But you know, say they address wrong audience. But he need for look something. We go take and use them for stain them by Akuru, for smear it so that when the message they come, they go leave the message, they go ignore the message, they go to get issues then with the person. For you. Continue.
John Bakuru. How many times are they call you? It's on a propaganda. When I go get a hot. The only organization where they out to free Ambazonians, there'll be any other one than that of President Samuel Ikomesako. This man,
bam, we don't hear. He go hide behind the fact say he the fight for Comrade Samuel Ikomesako. But this woman, if you look at very carefully, it will give you the impression say they fight for you. We don't see them inside the struggle plenty. They give you the impression say they fight for you. But they get an objective to attain. Or the only organization where it makes sense for this struggle, the only genuine that down for the IG for Samuel Komesako, so that make us say, okay, Comrade Samuel Sako say make her attack me. Market trouble. Sorry. This playbook will know you failed since yesterday. Failed fella, failest. So shake no day. I don't say shake no day. No, listen up. Because these kinds of people, if we not bring them publicly like this, wow them, no, they will continue to be a bane for this liberation movement. This Omari don't deserve my attention for 1 minute, but it finds a make generally now. When they now say I bring them, when they do this trash, we need to show them for the people for who they are. Because they're the people than this. When they should not fall down for their room, every day and every night they pray for the failure of this liberation movement. But when it's here, they talk. If you know here, look, like you just talk, my brother Johnny Botti. See, underline the expression wuna. He always talk na wuna. He didn't say we. They always say na wuna. You need to see where they stand. Me say stand is somewhere apart, aloof. In the worship, they say wuna. You know concerning he? No. He not be involved with that wuna thing. Wuna. Yet, it did tell we, say it did fight for we. It be more righteous than we. It be more royalist than the king. We'll finish it.
Man don't show him for all kinds of style. Show how much he love the refugees. How much he care for them. How much he wish make freedom come. President Sako don't show him for all kinds of style. President Sako don't show him for prisoners. It is show him for IDPs. It is show him for the wounded. It is show him for the sick. It is show him for the people. All of you now, when they call you names, they wait.
So look at this. So where did this fundraiser get for do with the cheerleader? What he get for do? How did they affect them? How? Did they affect them how? You see, all this, not just because they don't hear. Say, possibly, they will go start raise money again, play, oh, Papa God, why they want to raise that money? We don't kill this thing, finish it 1 week up and back. No, we'll go say no to you. We'll go say no to you and your kind. It will not work. It failed yesterday. This conflict, this turning of us one against the other. I just come and say, oh, you see, this woman, them, do they do this thing? So now come and Sako people them. Now he said the sender. I said, get out. Get out. Get out. Get the heck out. So the truth, they will stand so tomorrow, they will talk. The attack others and they come say they talk in my name. I will disown you publicly. No even try. I will disown you publicly because if you say no person may go attack some other one. Any initiative for this liberation movement will show say if he work, I will support her. Listen to ye again.
CEO, leaders of the struggle recognized by Paul Biya, RDPC, CPTM. Una own part una the play for free una people na also one. John Bakuru, now today you start the back money. Now today be the first day we start to put pan. With the back. Maybe for the come put offering for this place.
Yes, so
and when they put this offering, what you do?
yes, so they put pan. Now the one way you give we papa. Now in this you they bring so. Oh Mary. For you. Anyway.
Take this money too. Person go sit down, he go hear you. You sit down, you talk. Now you dey call Regina Mundi. What did Regina Mundi do? What did Regina Mundi? Now for Regina Mundi head, una one hang, una hidden agenda. All this ballock thing they wanna do. Una they bring our mothers out, may they come do so. Una they bring our picking they out, may they come do so. Now,
did you hear that? Did you hear that? She did defend Regina Mundi. She did defend Regina Mundi. All this ballot, what Regina Mundi do? Now for a background on one height, and this lady says she did for this struggle. She said she did for this struggle. She says na Sakobi, he said na Sakobi her cheerleader. He the fight because na the man that way. Comrade Sako, I wonder if he share these ideas. If he talk say, Ma Regina Mundi na a saint. So he say, "Una bring out umami them, umami them." Say now, they bring out umami them. This lady, when they talk for we, he say una. When he start talk about Regina Mundi and all of this, he say we mami them. Listen to his language very well, because I don't tell you plenty times. Say people they always tell we who will them be. Now we did deny for listen and for believe them. But my dictum now, I mean for a while, anytime when you tell me who will you be, I dey believe you the very first time. Listen to his language very well. He address we as una. But when you start talk about Regina Mundi, I say we mami them. You hear fine? But he claim you hear the QE voice. You say he be Nigerian, we just be concerned. But the next minute you call RD Pesote pass you and me. You call who is fooling who? Who want fool who here? I like people try to understand this kind of people them for exactly who will them be. Listen.
Regina Mundi. What be Regina Mundi own? With this mama the way you call they say that Regina Mundi now is spearhead this thing for happen for Bali.
She never know where it happened. Say for happen for Bali.
Oh God, Papa. I want you, God. I would really like you to show your miracle on top of all these plotters in Amazonia. Papa, you will show your miracle on top of these people. You did already show yourself. You did already show. Each time we get our draft, our upcoming draft, these idiots, they go come on stand for platform. They call him for Amazonia.
You hear? Each time we get our draft, our upcoming draft, the same partner, simply because he won't say, remember, I can't see for a plan, but say, oh, you see, I did condemn that draft. Any person, if you believe, say you did go draft, that money did go on the ground, it did help the liberation movement. Draft. I don't go stop you. I not fit stop any person for do contribution where it go help for move the liberation struggle forward. But this initiative will also say, make we use a dark platform. We want to instill confidence back in this struggle. Bring back transparency. Make sure say people don't vex anyhow, go back because they don't trust any of the groups, any of the leaders, and everything. May they get an avenue for still contribute for change the face of this struggle. Oh yes. People they get personal, private interest. They hate seriously when they start saying and say the collective good you win over personal interest. This kind of people. If I be there now in other spheres do material, I'll call and say this kind of maggots. But out of respect, I'm not going to use that expression. I'm not going to call and say maggot. But if I don't know them, listen again.
Ambazonia, Ambazonia go up, Ambazonia come down. Oh, contribution go up. You guys are not even organized. You guys are not even okay. Just sit way interim government.
Exactly, my brother Johnny Botti. Because they are afraid that there's a rebuff in this liberation movement. Because they be frightened, say that man don't you can mention that talk, all side the shake now and shake people, they call, all man be ready, people they ask say the thing said it start when they release the platform for start contribute when. My people, they could be methodical. Mba Akuro no go get the least control over those resources. None. None of we. This liberation will happen. Whether the naysayers like them or not. Yeah. Whether the sectional cheerleaders like them or not, this liberation movement will go to a logical end. Listen, we will clear this lady out. We'll get into other serious matters.
It organize things. See the way it organize things. On our own, everything is scatter. Who tell you say some person they prepare to listen to their nonsense. When you wake up, talk for 22 minutes, 54 seconds. You don't paint the whole platform into Ambazonian flag. Now that platform or that Ambazonian flag or that your blue and white will you clean up all over your office, all over your platform. Okay, now you eat.
You feel hear the color. You feel see the color of anger. Anger about the fact say blue and white be highlighted. Anger about the fact say Ambazonia they on top. Anger but the fact say would he continue for prop Ambazonia and say Ambazonia will be real. Now that anger Now that anger. So the Czechs would kill this thing but they continue for go. And this mama, what this Omari, I've heard some time come and say they glorify blue and white army. But today blue and white is make it blind. Blue and white they make actually they blind. Oh yes.
Now we they eat. I mean, I go take La Republic out of Ambazonia. After unaron manipulate Ambazonia as a suti 7 years. What will be 10 years again now? How many more years would make 10 years of this struggle? Una fisi we go remember so we begin to listen to this una propaganda. To this una propagandists. All this una proper. Name for Ambazonia una day against.
So maybe we let this Oga Madam make it go for direction where it go. But I be just want make we take with ears. We listen to the kind misguided humans. This kind misguided humans where they don't infiltrate this liberation movement with the view for corrupt and confuse this movement. And then this. For corrupt. Let them. They be ready for do everything possible for destroy this liberation movement. But I get a message for them. And the same message I always get. At every given moment, when some people they sit for some side, they feel say they get a pseudo power for mess up this liberation movement. I don't tell they say be God ordained. And there is nothing that any of them can do. Like you talk, my brother Botti, shake no day. Shake no day. Shake no day. Like people to continue for dangle, for shake in the marrows. Now why I don't talk these things since. Look at what did happen on the other side. I became first of all, I can't talk about the fact say this man Gibai Gatama for that organization where they call 10 million de Nordist. He can't talk say whether Frank Bia and who they like, whether they like him or not, power and the North, they be like a set of inseparable people. And it they like Pekin and the Babu will get to suck. So nothing no go take her from their hands. Then we all observe, we get the information clear. Say Frank Bia do everything for bring Mbappe, Kylian Mbappe, the footballer for Cameroon, simply because one get that picture where he stand the Yi, Nganu and Mbappe. For sure, say ye find the stand champions. That one now their local politics will go cause them horrible situations for that side. But they be bent now for do everything with their feet do and within their powers for undermine Ambazonia. For make sure say may they discourage as many people that it will meet as possible before anything they happen for their side. So that time they will get a walk over we. But I don't talk 1,000,000 times. Say you no go walk. No. They go pass on top some of we for make sure say make it work. So my people, this particular broadcast today now absolutely for make me go take the date with Comrade Alem. It will happen finally on Saturday and it will be 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Eastern time. That 5 p.m. Eastern time, it will actually be 10 p.m. ground zero time. I know say it will late small, but now because Alem and all those other people that for dark, now IT specialists they be always busy. Because as consultants, they always call them one place or the other. So forget them, may they really get that time for settle during some working hours to be able to do this broadcast, not easy at all. So take the date, note them down. On Saturday, we're going to be on about 15 day for this month of July for 5 p.m. Eastern time, means it will be now 10 p.m. Amber time. I go there for this studio with Comrade Alem for dark. So Comrade Alem go answer every question because the lines go there open. He go answer every question we get about dark. He go answer every question about the security guarantees around the dark platform. And he go answer every question on exactly how dark go promote transparency and accountability for these funds will be raised for help we may attain our objective. And I sure say by that time he will be able already for share the coordinates or how people they begin for contribute. My people, we need for change strategy. We need for do the needful. We will change the map for this liberation struggle, whether the Omaris them and the whatever they like them or not. We will change the map. So at this point, I want actually open the lines before I continue this conversation. So if you want to participate for this broadcast right now, if you call +1 240 883 6443 +1 240 883 6443, and I will share. If you also send text message because now WhatsApp only. If you also send text message, when you send text message, I will see your text for here and I will read them and we will share. So it will help tremendously. So any question we give for ask them now. Even if I don't have answer or answer, if I know if answer them, I will note them down so that the appropriate quarters them too for others. If you answer that question, they will answer. But if you get a contribution for make, because this one, not be just one way. We don't just think and can't throw on for on top people their head say, okay, that is way all man get for stand up will start one. We need for gather ideas too. So if you get an idea for contribute where you take say go fit help for make this this massive fundraiser a huge success and for help we change the dynamics for this liberation movement, no hesitate for call right now. We're not going to stay for this broadcast very long as I talk. I want every person take the rendezvous for Saturday. Saturday, that one will be on July 15, 2023, and the time 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. It will be 10 p.m. Amber Time at that time. Marvin Linus, welcome. I acknowledge you. Thank you. Yes, as we talk, of course, shake no day. No shaking, nothing at all. So, while I don't talk to the lines a bit open, I want to make you share this thing small. No leave your idea, make it stay for your belly. Where you not talking because no can talk after say you not be get the possibility, we get better idea, they no consider them. They no fit consider idea we they never hear and we they don't know them. So ask the questions. You get any question, ask her now. Ask them. Yeah. Ask them. No hesitate. You see, Despite the sleep, we just part the sleep for you. The one thing we did for you, is sleep so we even dream safe. But the one thing with the dreamer, that always say those internal enablers. That one, the way they cause confusion, way they cause, way they do all kinds of things, they do everything for bring total confusion for inside this liberation movement, so that so that they walk, so that they on the move. Listen, my people, we no fit fire ourselves say we sweat for 7 years and counting. We would face an enemy like this sleepy one for you. Now simply because we no put our forces together. Now simply because we allow some people the way they no get any idea of exactly where would they go. May they can't enter, infiltrate, we meet the cause with confusion, make them who spend time for resolve the internal disorder, internal misunderstandings, rather than facing this man and sending ye and a band of misguided troops out of the land. These dynamics must change. It must change. Look, the images in this way, this one not fit ever for no 1 second pass on CRTV. Now they don't make ourselves sure say even private newspapers they not fit put up this kind of images, because according to them, any of these kind of images when it come on, it will discourage their troops, it will discourage their people. Now why they go work out, try to give the impression say the fights don't finish for the major cities, it did not only for inside villages where not just some few pockets where they clean out. My people, now why that way? This initiative we want carry them on the dark platform. Now why that will help we for change the mathematics once and for all. Yes, once and for all. Now the thing that we get for do. Look here, because when I talk, you say this paper. Then I chose that one rare courageous paper where it come out. Ask that all important questions. Are separatists breaking back of Cameroon army? Because I quite way because anyone talking straight. So I think that way they happen. Omari, the inspired of una these things, they go happen. Imagine say if this will self-defense volunteers, they be able for lift this kind feat, for break the backs of the Cameroon army with nothing. With nothing. With minimal resources. Wait they no go do. When they begin get the kind resources, the kind material, the kind motivation where they need them. Which they no go do. When I hear the guy explain for una, say like people come and go for womb, go take some people there, they don't abandon fight scenes, can't put them together, then they can't start talk, say this one a day, so they don't surrender. Take people that say they don't even be involved. Take some other people that people them, they don't come and say, can't keep them. Now, Amber and this, they don't surrender. We know that strategy from the days of multi-parties when we just start. They will come outside, go gather some people, then buy them bread and sardine. Take uniform for operation party. That have been a SDF, been at their attack bane. Where for their skin, they will come start to say, yes, from today, we don't decide for the camp from this is party, whether na NUDPO, whether na NCFO, whether na ANDPO, whether na CDUO into CPDM. Na style way like people don't play. They don't turn that playbook over and over and over and over again. We don't see I'm tired. So right now, when you see any of those images, they show and say, oh, for Njan, now 16 people then this way they don't surrender. Oh, for this way now 26 people they don't surrender. All that one a mirage. Mind games. Simply mind games. Because when they sit down, they assess their losses. They be frightened. Cowardly frightened. Now, why did this paper ask the question, are separatists breaking back of Cameroon army? Because none of them not be courageous enough for settle down for say, look at the exact situation this way it happened on the ground. So my people, we get for being motivated just by this single fact. We'll take a look at this one. Now, with people than this, for Kejom Keku, where they run for their dear lives. But then this, so they run, they fear for their dear lives. Massive exodus inside Kejom Keku. Yet, some person go can't stand He no go get the mind for condemn what way it happen. And this is why, c'est vrai que la vie ne fait seriously, with the participation of Regina Mundi. Because I don't mention the name finally will be behind that operation. We set up that mammy that say them come out. Now why that we see like big Towncriers with the internal. Oh yeah, my name is Omari. John Bakuru. John Bakuru. John Bakuru. How many times I call you? Look at. Just come to imagine. Come to imagine. But if you don't be here, say the truth don't begin come out, they go sit for their shelves. Because you need to do everything for come out. You can't attack the messenger. Okay, I see a text where, greetings, John. I just see you online now, and I want to repeat what I said before. People are fed up because of the diaspora divisiveness. All we need is unity as one to regain the trust on ground zero. Thanks. Okay, this comrade name. Okay, he said, please don't mention my name. Okay. Yeah. So, don't be any new thing at all we know, say as a matter of fact, we need for come together, we need for bond together, so that we'll go fight a better fight. So all the same, I'm not one of our key people that are on this broadcast, because as we know, the big day, that Saturday will be 5 p.m. Amber time, 10 p.m. Amber time, 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Comrade Alem go there for you. And the lines, again, as I talk, they will be open, and the phone number will be the same number. It will be WhatsApp only, 240-883-6443. People that will call, bring in our own ideas, ask all kind of questions. Tifu Table, I acknowledge you. Welcome. I accept your warm salutations, and extend my warm salutations to all of those who are watching this broadcast with you. And so, listen. As we can't separate from this broadcast, when you go rest, you do relax. Think about these images. Now, I found this. The fun of Mbiame. We decide for stand with the people. Fun! But you hear at the end of the day, say they talk, say, some notables, or the traditional council don't sit down, dish out, say, you get to pay this fine, you get to pay that fine, you get to pay that one. For one simple reason. Simply because, say, he stand against La République du Cameroon. Simply because, say, not like, say, against La République du Cameroon, because he stand for which way be true. Because he decide for stand with the people. He decide for not involve himself for divisive politics. It be fun for every person from BMA. Both the one they will call themselves federalists, the one they will call themselves nationalists, and the one they will be pro-independence. It be the fun for everybody. But like people want to say, make it be the fun only for the people that way now either unionists or the one they call themselves federalists, call all them now still unionists. Now why they face all these vicissitudes? To see the population. The people, they know what they want, and they be ready for stick their heads out there for do exactly what they want. So, Mr. Bache, Joseph Ihimbrou, you say diaspora is together now. Listen to Ayaba, Sako, JMA, Capo, and others are talking in the same thing to send out La République out of our territory. Of course, we dare for do everything possible for stand together, for work together. So, my dear brothers and sisters, my dear people there for Ambazonia, I want to thank every person who will be part of this broadcast today. As we end this broadcast now, take the rendezvous, say Saturday. You know, go miss even by 1 inch. I mean, not miss even by 1 second. That very important broadcast for next Saturday. Because it will be a moment for you for bring in your own ideas. A moment for you for ask all the questions and get all the clarifications. So may God continue for be. May God continue for get all the glory. But as much as possible, may we continue for identify, mold them, internal mold them, like this so-called Omari. All those people them, those La République Towncriers them, who they for meet, We don't really see how they don't start. We'll watch out because there's still they out plenty where they go come in with the sole intention for fight anything way it dey work. So we will be on the watch out. I will know how to deal with such people them. If they be convinced of which way they talk, they can show with their faces and they will talk the look with eyeball to eyeball as they look everybody where they watch me right now. To God be the glory.